Sherman headed southeast out of Atlanta on November 14th with 60,000 of his most experienced soldiers. His goal was to end the Confederacy's ability to wage war, so his troops lived off the land and destroyed everything that might aid the war.
Little movie for the backstory.
December 21st.
So I did miss one relic that I want to show you, but a little backstory first.
Turned his army north toward Columbia, South Carolina, brushed aside much smaller Confederate forces, and brought the war to the Carolinas. Grant spent the late summer, fall, and winter of 1864 probing the Confederate lines around Petersburg and Richmond, Virginia. Lee managed to repel the Union thrusts, but by March 1865, the Confederate situation was growing desperate. Lee believed his best hope was to move west and unite with the remnants of the Army of Tennessee. He never got the chance. On April 2nd, a general Union assault broke the Confederate lines, and Lee had little choice but to evacuate Petersburg and Richmond. The next day, Union forces marched into the Confederate capital. Lee's army staggered west in hopes of linking up with other units or reaching the security of the Appalachian Mountains. Grant's troops intercepted rations and supplies on their way to Lee's men, and then cut off the Confederates' escape at Appomattox. His army reduced to about 30,000 men, many of them starving. Lee had no choice but to surrender. On April 9th, he met Grant in the village of Appomattox Courthouse and surrendered the Army of Northern Virginia. With the news of Lee's surrender, Confederate morale and resistance collapsed. On April 18th, Joe Johnston surrendered the Army of Tennessee to Sherman at Greensboro, North Carolina. This left General Curtis Smith's Army of the Trans-Mississippi as the last Confederate force of importance. On May 26th, Smith ordered his men to lay down their arms, and the Civil War was over.
Calling the war a quarrel forgotten, and returned to
Here's one. So I caught that movie just in time. Ceremonial baton of General William Tecumseh Sherman, 1865. To celebrate the preservation of the Union, the federal government held the Grand Review of Armies in Washington, which began on May 23, 1865. One of the Union's war heroes, General Sherman, was presented with and carried this ceremonial baton during the celebration. Pretty neat. But more than those portraits of Grant and more than Sherman's baton, there's something really, really incredible in this case. And I can't zoom. But you see that object that's suspended right there, that skinny little thing just dangling? I'll read the sign. Union General Ulysses S. Grant used this pen to sign the surrender agreement with Confederate General Robert E. Lee on April 9, 1865.
those striving for equality for all citizens would continue, the laws had been read, the sea was flat. A new earth of freedom, not lost.
Wow. Wow. No, that's a relic. Little side note, I hate to bring it up, but one of those that Civil War museum that closed in Texas had a coat that Grant wore. I think they had the coat that Grant wore in Appomattox. Pretty insane. Again, guys, this is a great museum. I just feel silly as heck for not checking it out till now. Really neat.
He attacked after every defeat. He next conceived a bold plan to shift his army south, across the James River, and take
Speaking of Petersburg,
Grant's maneuver caught Lee by surprise. The Union commanders in the field were slow to press their advantage. Lee swiftly shifted
Scourge of War.
Grant's opposition captured Petersburg.
Freedmen's Bureau, Freedmen's Village. A little foreshadowing in the things to come. I mean, let me just make this point while I'm here, guys, just to be me. Life for black folks right after the war was not great. Not great at all. Not by far. In fact, I really wouldn't see they were hardly any freer in the next decades. Some might even say for the next century. I'll just go with, the next couple decades after the war. Life was not good. Went straight from it goes from straight from slavery to sharecropping. Anyway, I'm gonna take us out here real quick, and maybe we'll do a quick tour
To tens of thousands, white and black, creating a massive
of the free part of the museum, because there's some neat relics, mostly firearms, that are available for anybody to see in the outer portion of the museum. This bronze plaque was stolen from the base of a statue and later recovered. It commemorates the death of Union General Elon Farnsworth in a cavalry charge at the end of the battle. Wow. Like I said, lots of things were missing, looted, stolen, sold, so on and so forth. And that, kind of cycle of looting and stealing and selling and what have you has just kind of gone around and around and around over the years. I mean, again, as I pointed out now, this museum has had this relic, but, 50 years from now, another museum might have that relic. It's just kind of the nature of the thing. All right, so let's go out and I'll try to find my way back to the main. No, I'm not going that way, am I? Jeez. This is a really big place. And yeah, we can go this way. Gosh, got just under 3 minutes. What do you guys want? You want the gift shop or the guns? Let's see if we can do both. That's a nice display, but don't have time. But really fun info on what happened to some of the most significant figures of the Battle of Gettysburg. Really interesting to read. So you just got, cannon shell, shot, muskets, rifles, but a very, very fine collection here. Again, I did this about the same time last year. But some of you guys have never been, and some of you guys just joined along, so a really comprehensive collection here, guys, of buckle plates, buttons, what have you. But unfortunately, most of them aren't identified to a particular soldier. But a impressive collection. Then we have sidearms. Pretty neat. I'll take you through the gift shop real quick. Try to do a couple things at once. Hope you guys enjoyed. So if you missed any of the rest of them, these are I broke this visit here to the museum up in 3 parts. If you're just seeing one now, there are 2 more, so check them out. I've got 1 minute. So if you're coming from the museum side, the books are off to the right. The apparel is off to the left. Cute eagle toys. That's not bad. $35. It's like a medium weight. It's not quite a sweatshirt, but it's not quite a t-shirt. And let you guys go in a sec. I gotta pick something up for my pop. I've been trying to resist this for like the last year because it's obnoxiously priced. But I gotta get it for my pop, so until next one, guys.